Hi there guys, Sam here, welcome back to another video. You join me once again in my Mk8 Golf R to talk a little bit around the Mk8 Golf R and kind of what I kind of want to see in this new model, and yeah, a few reasons for that. So yeah, let's get straight into this one. So yes, welcome back to another video. I hope everyone is all well. Quite a few videos this week, so I hope you've all enjoyed them. And the Mk8 Golf R is certainly probably the most interesting kind of topic, and certainly interesting to me as well, that I've kind of discussed on my channel. Now, it's coming up to a time where we're going to know a lot more about it when it comes out, exact pricing, all those kind of parts. But I really wanted to talk about what I really would want to see in this car. And I think a lot of enthusiasts, a lot of car buyers out there would like to see from this car in general. Now, I do know that, okay, a large proportion of people who buy cars do it for a bit of image as well. You know, in the UK, it's quite an image conscious place. You know, I've seen people have you know, £60,000 Range Rover Velars just for the looks of it, and they're living in a flat which probably only costs about 3 times the price of the car. So it's a little bit confusing how, yeah, everyone's each their own and all that, but I'm probably more on the fact of the whole kind of package of what you're getting from a car. And for me, the Mk8 Golf R is just brilliant for absolutely everything. It's brilliant if you're potentially a bit of a boring person, you just want to cruise around, you want to have just a chilled out car. That's where this suits me perfectly. And if you want to have a bit of fun as well when you're not commuting, it's got to enjoy, you know, it's got to be enjoyable as well. My car's fitted with a 6-speed manual gearbox. You know, it's great. I absolutely love it. Now, in order to step up from that, you're going to want to see a lot more, because, you know, it's a new model, Mk8, it should be a lot better. And all I've been hearing is sort of like cost cutbacks here and all sorts of like restrictions here and there. And it's kind of made me question maybe the Audi S3 that's coming out might actually be a better alternative for people. You know, I just don't know. Now, the biggest problem that VW have had to deal with since they produced this car is obviously Dieselgate, which has cost them billions of pounds plus. You know, you never know how much more because of, you know, lost revenue and lost reputation. But VW, being such a huge manufacturer, has actually been able to absorb the cost. But you can only go so far, and as a result, they've had to make cutbacks in certain areas of some of their models. And unfortunately, it will mean that the actual development of the car is going to be restricted, which is a big shame. Now, what I really hope for is that the R is the top of the range. There's no question about it. That's where VW see it. You know, GTI isn't the top of the range of the Golf. You know, TCR, whatever version of it, isn't the top of the range. The R is the best of the best that you can possibly get from a Mk8 Golf. So as a result, I think it should have touches which show that it's the best of the best, you know, improve even the basic things which potentially a normal Mk8 Golf would have, and make the interior a little bit of a nicer place. You know, don't just stick a little bit of leather here and there and think, oh, that's good enough. You know, make it a little bit of an exciting place when you want it to be. I love it with this car because you see like along here, it all goes blue at night. This car looks amazing with the blue dials and everything, as you've seen at the start of the video. It is actually quite an exciting place, but it's never like too in your face. You know, it's nice and sort of subtle. It's really well done. Hence why I love it, and hence why I really want to just keep it forever, to be honest with you. And I find it very hard that the Mk8 Golf R is really going to really step it up. You know, VW has a reputation with the GTI of just sort of making little changes here and there, and I think the Mk7 was the biggest sort of change in recent generations. But the R has come a long way from when it sort of was first introduced with that 3.2 litre engine, the V6. It was all about the sound. They went to the Mk6 with a turbocharged motor, and it wasn't massively popular, if I'm honest. Then the Mk7 really hit it off. You know, I almost would say the difference between a Mk7 to a 7.5 is the same difference between a 7.5 to an 8. It's like half a step, which is not really encouraging. It is the same engine. Unconfirmed reports on power. Power isn't the biggest thing for me personally, and I don't necessarily think it's the biggest thing for most R owners. You know, if you want bigger power, you're just going to modify it anyway, aren't you? So it's going to be really interesting. But if there was one thing that I want them to try and do is, you know, the car is going to cost a fair amount of money. And I know they have to make cutbacks to try and get it down and all these kind of bits. But, you know, make it seem like a special place. You know, I've seen R-Line Golfs around quite a few 70 plates here in the UK, which is basically like the latest iteration. And they don't look great, the R-Lines. And from past reckoning, a Mark 7 R-Line can look very, very similar. It can catch people, certainly from the front and the side, to actually looking like a full-on R. I've certainly got caught out, and you know obviously how much I love these products and bang on about them. So if the Mark 8 R-Line is what it's going to be, it's not that impressive. Even inside, I wasn't like, oh, that's a nice touch. It was sort of like, yeah, it wasn't that sort of blowing your mind. Now I am going to VW later this month, actually, so I'm going to try and check one out, try and get some footage for you lot as well to see what it's like. But that is basically what we're going to expect. And I hope they can kind of step it up a little bit and take on feedback that they've potentially been getting from the Mark 8 to kind of change a few things. But the thing that worries me so much is it's such a global car now. Why I love it so much on this channel, you know, people across America love the Golf R, people in Canada love the Golf R, people in Australia love the Golf R, you know, people in Europe love the Golf R. You know, it's such a diverse community all across the world. They sell so many of the same package. Okay, they tweak them here and there a little bit to suit certain regulations, but it's the same package. It costs so much money to make these little changes, and I just don't think VW are packing enough cash to be able to do that. Whereas with this car, I think they really did. I don't think there was anything holding them back for the Mark 7 Golf R. I thought they were kind of like, you know, let's give this a go. What else is in the market that's doing this? And there really wasn't. And then the sort of hyper hatch four-wheel drive stuff was born around 300 brake horsepower. And they absolutely nailed it with this car. So do I think that the Mark 8 Golf R is going to live up to this kind of expectation? I don't think it will, but I hope I'm wrong. And this is just from obviously hearing information from the community, hearing information from my subscribers. Very thankful for all of that, and just from stuff that I research as well. It's not looking promising. We're going to have to, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing one in person, looking forward to getting behind the wheel of one, which is obviously I'm going to do because it's all I talk about on the channel. So yeah, we'll see that soon, as soon as we hear more. I expect to start seeing them on the road, probably start of early next year, February, March time, might get to start seeing them. They need to release a price first, so yeah, that's going to be a big thing as well. £37,000. It's a lot of money for a car, and you're going to want a lot of car for your money. You could argue it potentially is a lot of car for the money because of what it offers. That sort of, it can have a split personality, is probably a better way of saying it, but then so can this car. I'm very much in two minds, and it's something I wanted to share because I watched a video actually this week from the Smoking Tire, and it was on just a Golf GTI, just driving it around the canyons in America. Absolutely looks amazing roads. It's just 220 brake horsepower GTI, and it was a manual gearbox, and he loved it. And it was just like, you know, it's a great car. There's nothing you could want more. So as a result of it, there's nothing you could want more. It's sort of like, are they going to actually change anything? Are they literally going to change anything except cutting costs to save money? Is it actually going to take a backward step, which is not what you want to see, and up the price, obviously, because it's a new generation. But it's certainly something we're going to look back on in many years to come at how amazing these Mark 7, you know, GTIs and the Rs are, to be honest. Yeah, and it really got me smiling watching that, because it was like, you know, you can just have fun in these cars, and you know, I can still drive to West London in horrific traffic and still have a smile on my face because it's nice and composed, nice and relaxed, nice and chilled out. Spend ages in here. Like sitting here, honestly, even without it moving, I find it more chilled out than when I do videos in the Fiesta ST, just from sitting here. It's weird. It's just, it's got that ambience to kind of suit everything the Mk8 Golf R. Anyway, I won't go on too much longer because I'll let you enjoy the rest of your weekend and the rest of your day. I really hope you've been enjoying the videos actually this week. I've kind of put out quite a few, a lot on fast forwards and stuff, and I've got more to come as well on. Quite interested about the BMW 128i. I think that's 128 Ti, I should say, which could step on the toes of the Mk8 GTI, but that will come soon. But this is more around what I want to see from the Mk8 Golf R. Let me know what you want to see from the Mk8 Golf R. Let me know in the comments. You know, we're sitting here on the 9th of October, 9th, 10th of October. And we're getting near to knowing a lot more. Is it something you're going to put your, you know, you're still sort of back and forth on whether or not it's the right thing. It's hard in today's climate to actually get a really fun car. I mean, I don't know the type of view is entirely on my channel, but like the new Black Series from Mercedes, it looks the business, but it sounds like, you know, it just sounds like any petrol powered car, if not a little bit quieter. Very, very quiet for its looks. And that's just not, it's in a very weird transition state, isn't it? That's not what people really want. If you want a big shouty car, you want it to sound and to have all that kind of yeah, just a bit more passion in it, where cars are just so clinical now. It's hard. It's really hard to kind of put your finger on what is an amazing car to kind of get yourself into. Sitting here as a big car fan, really isn't anything. So I'm hoping the Mk8 Golf R could can improve my my skepticism in the car world today. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are on the Mk8 Golf R in this current stead. You know, should we be excited? Do you think they will sort stuff out? Do you think they'll sort out the noise potentially? Because obviously, what's the point of having a Akrapovic exhaust option, which everyone went on about for the 7.5, when it's just going to be muffled by so much crap blocking the exhausts from making noise? What's the point? Yeah, I'm really interested to know your thoughts actually. And you know, as a big VW fan, I am feeling that I'm very much sitting pretty in this car. You know, I had a scary dream actually last week that I'd actually sold it, and I'd sold it for a more expensive car. And the whole time I was just in regret, like, why have I sold this car? Why have I got rid of this car? So expect to see it on the channel for a long time to come for sure. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments on what you're feeling about the Mk8 Golf R. You know, as I've said before, it's a community channel. Give me a decent comment as well. I always read my comments, and I'll always try and get back to every single one. I think other people like getting involved as well. Yeah, let's see what you would want to see in this car. That's what I'm interested to know as well. You know, ultimately there's people on my channel who have put their hard-earned money in Mk7 Golf Rs and Golf GTIs, so why wouldn't you put it into a Mk8 Golf R? What would you want to see? So yes, hope you've enjoyed this video. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and yeah, I'll see you again next time. And don't forget to give this video a like, share as well, because that really does help actually. The channel seems to be growing quite nicely, and yeah, long may that continue. The bigger it grows, the more I'll keep the videos up, and yeah, the more of a community feel we can get. And I really do like the fact that I'll get comments from people from America, I'll get comments from people from the UK, I'll get comments from people in like France. I think that's cool. Yeah, so let's keep that going. But thanks so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, as I've said, and I will see you again next time. Cheers, guys.